Hi, everyone. Good evening. I am previewing this recording the day before our Friday night, 7 o'clock live. If we have an event out in the community, then the Friday night live, because our group will be with us, a lot of people that listen in are actually at some of the events that we do. I am sending this preview out on Thursday evening to our subscribers. So if you're on our membership list, it's free to join through the website at www.getintothespirit.org, or you can go to www.authorsharonprice.com and click on the contact form. It will send us information and we will add you to the list. If we do not have an event out in the community, then we go live Fridays at 7 p.m. But if there's ever a reason that we cannot, it's pre-recorded. It goes to the subscribers to see ahead of time. And again, that's a premiere. If you're able to join us on our list, you'll get all of our information. There's some posts that I put out, not only about events, but I put out special messages, inspirational messages, just like I do on the author Facebook page, my group pages. I have several places that I post, and also in some other groups that I'm a member of, where I put out inspirational messages every day, affirmations every day, short videos, short clips. So I want to make sure you don't miss that, because some of these posts that I do are not in the Spirit Program Live, and they're not in or on any of the pages. They're special for the subscribers that take the time to be on our post and be on our publication, and get our electronic news. So I hope you'll join us. It doesn't cost you anything. We do have a membership that will be coming up soon, that has to do with our wellness corner. And it gives you tips and tools that are around our 12-week spirit program. And I will be talking about that here soon, but not this evening. So this evening, I want to kind of combine everything that we talked about this week, everything that I posted and did little short clips on and did affirmations on. And I'm going to start with the one that, again, ties in with the new book that I'm doing, which is Retrain Your Brain. And part of that is just the conditioning, or all of it, it's the conditioning of years of programming for or from people, places, and things that were part of your journey. So some of those positive, some of them challenging. They were not so positive. A lot of them were negative. We're trying to reprogram only the part that stops you from being your true authentic self, the part that tells you, or that little voice in your head. I'm not talking about the one that comes from your gut, your spirit, which is what the 12-week program is about. It's a mind, body, spirit wellness program that not only covers that aspects, but many others. Please check out the website to find out more about that. And I will do a special clip and a video on that as well. But this is really about the little voice in your head that knows that there's been a time in your life where you made an error. I had someone make a comment to me today, and this used to strike me really, it irritated me before. I did not let it affect me the same way this evening when it happened. But what they said is, I'm going to try to word it exactly the way it was said to me. Um, like I told you, it's done this way. Well, I did remember what they had said, but it didn't make sense to me at the time, because I didn't have all the information, because it was something totally new to me. And some people say, well, remember I told you, or don't you, I already told you this. Well, I wouldn't ask again if I was remembering. So there's times where we're not going to remember everything that we're learning, especially if we're in an environment where we're learning a lot of stuff at one time, which this was the case for me. It was a whole week of training. So that is going to mean that you're not going to retain every little piece and every little thing that you hear. And it's the same thing when we go through the 12-week program. The reason it's 12 weeks, the reason it's 4 steps, the reason that you keep your wellness book, which is considered the wellness Bible of the industry forever. It's like your own wellness Bible. It's that sacred to you. You have notes in it, but you go back, you can't possibly use every tool in it immediately upon learning it. So you have to go back and grab those tools. So what I'm trying to help people do is through that program, it actually does it, but this is reinforcing. So I have a spiritual maturity series that's out that reinforces it after the 12 weeks. And now retrain your brain. It's after you've already picked up the tools. Because when you're trying to do this retraining and you never got the original, that's like an advanced training. When you didn't get the original training, and you're trying to implement this, but the other pieces aren't there. And that's kind of what happened to me. That you have to have all the pieces, and there's a lot of moving parts. So when that happens, you can't sit there. Well, you can, but I don't want you to sit there and beat yourself up. It's like that in life. Sometimes we do make errors. Sometimes we think we knew better. We thought, gosh, how did I do that? I did that before. But sometimes we're not seeing the whole picture. So learning to look at the big picture, learning to look at the details, learning to listen to your gut when there's a warning or red flag that tells you something's not right, and not dismissing it because people have told you in the past that, oh, that's crazy, or, you don't know what you're talking about, or, that's so silly. I don't use the word stupid. I don't use the word lazy. I don't use the word worried. There's a lot of words that we eliminate in the vocabulary that we use because we want them all to be positive. So you can do word replacement, and that's what we teach as well in the 12-week program. That's one of the things that helps. And I'm going to be going over a lot of those and reiterating them in the book that I'm doing, the newest one that's going to be for the event on April 21st, 2024. So I wanted to also put the message out right now that only until, and this is 10 days, we're running this for 10 days, and I want to make sure I get my date straight, but only until March the 20th. And let me see if I have that right, if I'm saying 10 days. Today's the 7th, so a little more than 10 days. So until the 20th, you have the opportunity to join the Spirit Expo that we're doing and one-day retreat at a discount rate. If you bring a buddy with you, if you bring someone else that you introduce to the event, you get 2 tickets for the price of one. So the traditional price is $99. You will get 2 tickets for $99. And you got to remember that includes your meal, and it includes a whole day. And it includes the chance to win $1,000 program. And that program will give you the whoever wins the 12-week spirit program, my 6-week grief program, and it's also going to give them a lot of extra goodies. You have to be present to win. It has to be something where you're either staying overnight on the premises or you're there for the day's event. If you're an overnight, staying overnight, you can remove $20 from the fee. So if you paid, which is $239 for your room and the day's event, it would be $79. Because that's the only way we're able to do that. But if you're coming virtually, that same thing applies. There's a discount because you're not there for the lunch. So it would be $79 and it would be 2 people. So 2 people would be able to come to the virtual event for $79. And then 2 people can come for $99 if it's here in person. And that includes lunch and the day's event. And it's a $20 discount off your room and day's stay, because we're going to do an extra activity that morning. And if you're not present with the overnight stay, it's only for that group. There's going to be some special things added. So those are your choices right now. I want to go back to the message that I talked about earlier. Part of being able to retrain and reprogram, is part of that, and the biggest part, and that is part of the spiritual maturity series, is learning self-love, learning that self-acceptance, that's kindness, that's being your own best friend, that's compassion, not just compassion with other people. All of it starts with you. All of it starts with you. I'm going to say it again. All of it starts with you. You have to be your own best friend before you become someone else's best friend. And it's important to know how critical that is in your healing of things that were said to you that were unkind and not caring and not supportive. You want to be that same person to yourself. You want to protect yourself like you would if you were protecting a child. That's your inner child. That's your spirit. That's who you came here to be and knew what journey you were going on and had all of the confidence in the world and all of the reassurance and all of the self nurturing aspects within you. And they all kind of got, you know, I'm not going to say they're pushed back. You know, there's a wall in front of that. I say don't put a wall around your heart, but I'm saying around your spirit. And what happens is in the program we teach boundaries. If you don't have good boundaries, then your wall has to go up. If you have great boundaries, then your wall can be down and your heart can be open. And that's when it opens it up to all the other possibilities. But it's also knowing and believing. So it all starts in the mind. And that's one of the posts from this week too. If you have an imagination like you did as a child, and I know you did, when you can envision something, when you can picture something in your mind, like a snapshot of something, that's why vision boards are so important this week, especially because we're at the new moon, and it's this particular new moon is in Pisces, and it's a water sign. It's a very spiritual sign. It's connecting to your spirit. So you're going to want to do that. And that our rainbow therapy healing circles every month, and it's here in Frederick. And that circle allows you to come in and it's different. I change it every month. And it's all based on whatever new moon is that month. And the meditation part of it is also based on that. So it's a whole different experience every time. So I hope you can join us. I hope you continue to move forward. That's my alarm because it's time for us to end the session now for tonight. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. If I don't get any other posts out, I do want to make sure the daily gets done for the beginning of every week. So again, for subscribers, it'll come out on Sunday, and for the rest of the listeners or subscribers that are on YouTube, remember you got to be a subscriber to our electronic newsletter off of our website and on our list. But if you are, getting the notifications from any other platform, that will come out on Mondays. So have a blessed weekend and remember to sign up for the event coming up. You've got about 10 days to get your discounted rate, and then it'll go back to the regular price and it will not be changing back up until the time of the event. So have a blessed weekend, a blessed evening, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.